Alright. Welcome to the Chessbait Drivecast, your one-stop shop for kind of controversial topics and kind of controversial opinions. Today's a very special day, but I'm not going to tell you guys why. And if you guys actually do guess why in the comments below, why this is a very special day, I will give you my respect. I don't know. I will give you $1.
Disclaimer, I'm not giving you $1. I'm really sorry. I really shouldn't have deceived you like that. I know I'm talking way too fast. I know the audio quality when I'm narrating like this is bad. I need to get a new headset. I need to fix my computer. I'm sorry about all this.
It kind of seems like a cheat. Anyways, the topic of today, obviously, as you guys can see in the title, I'm going to be talking about the Clone Wars. As of recording, I have finished Season 4, and we're not talking about Season 4, because there are 7 seasons, and there's a movie, which means we can nicely, evenly, conveniently split up the entire series into the first half and the second half, which I consider the first 3 seasons plus the movie, and then the seasons 4 through 7. Maybe there might be... no, wait, never mind. There definitely won't be any more seasons of Clone Wars, considering that the Season 7 was supposed to be the final season, as it should. If they do bring back more seasons and just be like, gotcha, we're actually making more, I would be disappointed, but I'd also really laugh at that. Seasons 1 through 3, plus the movie. I guess I'll go over the movie first. I've already referenced my boy Schaeferless multiple times, and he's already gone over the movie specifically. He hasn't gone over the series as of yet. If he already made that retrospective video between the time I'm talking about this right now and the moment that I upload it, not even upload, the moment that the video comes out, I will be very disappointed in my constant need to record Chessbait Drivecast episodes in advance. As always. And, so yeah, let's talk about the movie first. Schaeferless already talked about that. Maybe I'll link it in the description below, but I probably didn't anyways, just because I don't care. You guys already know who he is. I referenced him multiple times. It's the coconut crab man, who likes to make mistakes, because that was his mistake. Oh, bad joke. But, oh gosh, please don't tell me there's hail outside. I'd be very disappointed if that was the case. But the reason the Clone Wars movie is terrible is because none of the characters are good. The animation is subpar level, and the entire plot seems... I'm not saying it wasn't meant for a movie, because I feel like you could have turned the plot of the movie into a movie, feature-length film, but it was just... it just felt so slow at certain times, It was just really disappointing how poorly they executed some of the concepts that they have had. So yeah, Clone Wars, the movie. It's technically not at the beginning of the timeline. I do have to, before I go over the movie, one thing that I do have to complain about the first 3 seasons is that the timeline goes all over the place. I believe in season 5. They start from the middle of the season. You watched up until a certain point, and then... you watched at the end of the season, and then you go back to the beginning of the season, and then you keep on watching. So you go from middle, end, and then beginning, middle. You go. It's kind of like Star Wars. You start from 4, 5, 6, and go to 1, 2, 3. That style. And I don't like it all too much, but at least it's consistent and stays within one season. The reason I don't like seasons 1 through 3 is because the first episode of Clone Wars chronologically is in season 3. Like, what the heck? I don't understand how that episode is first in the timeline, considering that we barely know any of the characters well enough. And that's another thing that I have to complain. Clone Wars just never really establishes the characters well enough, and it just kind of forces you to get to know them as if they were your friends for years and years on past. Not the biggest fan of that, not gonna lie. What else is there? The movie, yeah, spoilers from here on out. The whole plot of the movie is, we're taking Baby Jar Jar to Jar Jar. And Baby Jar Jar's atrocious. Like, he is horrific to look at. Everyone knows how terrible of a person, how terrible of a being, how terrible of a hut Jabba is. How terrible everything is. And the fact that Anakin, the father of the girl that eventually gets enslaved by him, he just casually like, you know what, we're gonna team up with you. That's fine. And obviously, you know, the whole Leia thing is hindsight and such, but that's besides the point. I really don't like how sometimes the Force can be really contrived. In season 3, there's an episode where Anakin and Obi-Wan crash land onto a hidden planet that is extremely strong with the Force, like one of the strongest in the world. But it's also extremely hidden because, you know, this is the place where the embodiment of darkness and the embodiment of light fight each other. But we don't get to know these characters well enough. All we know is, okay, these characters exist. Now we gotta help them survive, and that's about it. I need a little bit more to work off of, you know? Like, I'm not one for black and white imagery and representation, but I was fine with, you know, oh, the brother is representing the dark side, and the sister is representing the light side, and the father is representing the balance between the two. It's like that, you know, that's all fine and dandy, but I really didn't like when they started, I don't know. The brother is, what is it, trying to portray the father by killing the sister, which means the light side of the Force would be dead, and it's supposed to symbolically represent you know, the entire light side of the Force just dying off. But look, if I wanted a generic story about light facing dark, I could have just watched any other Star Wars movie, even Rise of Crapwalker. No offense. Let's see, what else is there? Ahsoka. Oh my gosh. Can we not Ahsoka? Like, for the longest time, Ahsoka was just the worst character. Like, I will confidently say that. Nobody liked Ahsoka in the first 2 seasons. All we knew about her was, oh, she's, she looks pretty, because pretty colors, and young girl wielding lightsabers, which, obviously, you know, this, what is it, the 6 to like 12-year-olds that are watching this, I can understand, but like, you know, once you reach territory at my age, you know, it gets kind of creepy. I'm pretty sure at the time of her first appearance, Ahsoka was only like 14. Like, yikes, dude, that should not be legal. Also, that is a red light. What is going on? I'm so confused. Why is there just police walking about? Why is there a guy with a light on the top? Okay, what is going on? What is there, like, am I in trouble? I'm not in trouble. I just see a police car and I just get scared. I am now stuck at a red light. That's fine. But I don't know. There's not really many memorable storylines from seasons 1 through 3.
This is false. I actually remember a lot of things from season 3. I don't know why I hate on season 3 so much. It's actually pretty good. The seasons get better as we go along, okay? That's just how it works.
Like, I remember a little bit about, the senators starting to die off for some reason, which turns out to be some hit job. I remember something about, I'm trying to remember. I remember something about I remember something about the Senate hearings, because they want to make more troops, but troops are people, which, you know, no offense, but that storyline talking about the humanity of the clones is dealt a lot better in season 4, which I will talk about, not now, but sometime in the future. Let's see, continuing on, I don't know, I'm just really disappointed by the lack of any notable story beats in seasons 1 through 3. So I can remember, if you told me what happened, I could say, okay, yeah, that happened, but I couldn't remember it if you pointed a gun at my head, because, man, it's just so forgettable. It's like, all I remember is a bunch of hacking and slashing. I remember that maybe there was one episode where, what's his face? There was one episode where, why am I forgetting the names? General Grievous gets captured. Actually, that might be in season 4. I thought it was in season 3. I don't know. Grievous got captured a few times. What's his name? Darth. Wow, I just can't remember anything. Not Darth Maul. Although, them hinting at Darth Maul during the first few seasons, I will say I appreciate that. It's like obviously it goes a little bit against of Anakin's story arc, but like that was the point. Compared to I hate to make this comparison because I promised I'd never bring this back up again. Compared to Palpatine's return, which completely ruins Anakin's story arc as a whole, it's like he's sacrificed himself to save his son, but not like it matters because the guy that was trying to kill his son didn't even die at the end. Compare that to, okay, Obi-Wan supposedly killed Darth Maul because he killed Qui-Gon Jinn. And by he, I mean Darth Maul killed Qui-Gon Jinn. And that's supposed to be the end of his arc. But oh no. And also, that also ties into the whole Jedi should not kill, should protect life. Oh no, Obi-Wan ended up killing a person over because of his rage, because of his anger. And, even though we think of Obi-Wan as one of the most composed, one of the best Jedi Knights of all time, he's also, he's vulnerable too. He's weak at certain times, and he's made mistakes before, just like everybody else, which I really like. And the fact that they tried hinting at Maul bringing him back, like on one hand you'd think, oh no, that weakens Anakin's storyline, but no. The whole point is that we're hinting at him slowly coming into the show because Darth Maul is going to be a big player in the later seasons of Clone Wars, where he's going to actually make an appearance in the all the events that happened after movie 1. Like, we all think that he's dead, but he's not, because we all know Darth Maul is not going to be killable for a very long time. He has the passion, he has the anger, he has the willpower to just keep going and try to power through all the pain that he's endured his entire life. Wow, that was a very well constructed sentence for me, only focusing on driving and just speaking whatever that's in my mind. But I don't have anything else to say. I mean, look, I would say that I enjoyed Clone Wars season 1 through 3, but getting into season 4, it felt way different. You can kind of tell that when they were first starting off Clone Wars, they were still trying to find their footing. They didn't really know what they were doing with the animation style. They didn't really know what they were doing with the story arcs and with the characters. They didn't even know what they wanted to do with Ahsoka for the longest time. Like that's pretty telling. And I'm not saying Ahsoka was a bad character, because obviously they still had to take time to realize, okay, Ahsoka needs to be a little more mature, and she needs to be a little bit less of a brat. She needs to be put in her place, which they actually did in one of the season 1 or season 2 episodes. They talked about, she makes a mistake, and she's like, all of her ego, all of her persona, her overzealousness, the fact that she's just so proud of, just because she's force sensitive, she gets to outrank everybody else. No, she gets to actually suffer some consequences, because she figures out, one of the tactical mistakes that she made ended up getting her entire squad killed except for herself. And she was only narrowly able to escape and stay alive. And because of that, she technically has blood on her hands that shouldn't have existed in the first place, especially since Ahsoka's direct action, or I guess inaction, you know what I mean, Ahsoka's choice of not listening to Anakin actually costed all of her troops. That's kind of big. That's kind of a big deal. And I really like that they actually go a little more into her character with stories like those. It's not perfect, but it's definitely like a big improvement on where to take her character arc. I feel like that was the perfect place for her to go, because there was only one way to fix her, and it was with that. It's kind of the same way with how they fixed, this is a terrible analogy, but Andrew from The Office. He's actually my favorite character, because he used to be this really pompous, he actually kind of reminds me of Ahsoka a lot. He likes to show off, he likes to have big gestures, and he's pretty energetic and pretty youthful. But at the same time, because of that, he ends up being really immature and acts really childish in front of other people. He just doesn't understand. It's not that he doesn't understand social cues. It's just he doesn't know when to quit at certain times, and because of that, he acts almost like just a malicious person. And once they brought him back, after the hiatus, Ed Helms really well portrayed Andrew, and Andy ended up being not only a household name, but one of the Office favorites for quite a long while. Terrible analogy. Why would I even make that? Yoda's in it, not The Office. Imagine, Office supplies I must buy. Imagine if Yoda was in The Office. That wouldn't make any sense. But the Yoda's obviously in Clone Wars. He's great as ever. I love that no matter where he's in, somehow he manages to be at least okay in every single thing he's been in. Like, he has 100% good track record. But then again, I guess so does Obi-Wan Kenobi. Anakin, he's such a boring protagonist in early Clone Wars. I held more feelings for Rex, the soldier who was cloned out of Boba Fett, that guy, or is it Jango Fett? I had more compassion for that guy than I did for than I did for Anakin, because Anakin just didn't do anything for the first 3 seasons. Like, sure, he made out with Padme every now and then, and sure, he had feelings for other people and such, but he was just so dull, and he just did not do. I feel like half the time he was just a passenger in his own story, and that to me, I feel like is the biggest insult when everything's happening around you, and even though you're fighting certain characters, you're protecting certain people, nothing ever really happens to him. It's kind of like me in this pandemic, which I'm actually, by the time this goes up, the pandemic might already be over. But my point is, me during the pandemic, nothing changed in that 1.5 years. I didn't really change physically. I didn't change mentally. I didn't change academically. I changed a little bit, but that's only because online learning sometimes has an effect and sometimes doesn't. But mentally, spiritually, if that's even a thing, most of the LY words, I didn't really change all too much. I basically just kind of stayed in hibernation, except you take out sleeping for sleeping and eating and binging TV shows like Clone Wars. If you guys actually want to watch Clone Wars, I would recommend it. It's just, I don't know, like if you're really into Star Wars, like Clone Wars is just an absolute must watch. It's just, I'm just gonna let everyone know in advance that the first few seasons is a bit of a slugfest, and I do not know where I'm supposed to enter. Oh gosh. Oh no, that's where I was supposed to enter. Okay, that's good to know. Never mind, this will work. Yeah, it's a bit of a slogfest, and it's super uncomfortable at certain times. But once you get some of the bad parts, some of the parts that you just really do not enjoy, and even so, like the least enjoyable parts of Clone Wars is at least more watchable than Rise of Crabwalker. I'm just going to let you know now in advance. I'm still at least willing to give it a chance. And if you're willing to give it a chance, if you wait until, I'd say season 3 is about when it actually gets pretty good. Sorry, season 4 is when it gets really good, but season 3 is when it becomes an acceptable show. Like, this is good. This is good standard for Star Wars. Like, people can't get mad at season 3. Anything before that, I can't offer you any promises. If you enjoy it, good for you. But I personally can't. That's really all I have to say. Anyways, I can't believe it took this long for me to get to a Buffalo Wild Wings. Gosh, this is embarrassing. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Because I sure know that there's only 50% of my viewers are subscribed. No, like, I genuinely mean, I just want you. I want more engagement out of not only the people that watch me, but just people on YouTube in general. I want to get more input. Even the haters come and dislike me. I want to see what happens when I get dislikes, and I want to improve my stuff, improve my videos and such. Anyways, I gotta go. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.